Aloha! Welcome to BeaDazzle Hawaii. Today we're going to make an Astral Sun earring. Our sample, we also have a blue moon earring. This is a technique with wire wrapping. You may have seen our other YouTube video on the Topaz Harmony earring. It's the same technique, except we're going to wrap on the inside of the ring rather than the outside edge. So I'm starting with my ring and my ring mandrel. I like to check to make sure the ring is perfectly round, so I just push it down on the mandrel until it stops. If I need to, I'll give it a tap with the nylon hammer to make it perfectly round. Then I just pull it off and put it on a flat surface and press down to make sure it's completely flat. Okay, so here's our ring. I have 8 inches of 26 gauge wire, and the first thing I do is I make a 1/2 inch hook in the wire, and I'm going to just grab onto my ring, and I'm going to crisscross that tab of loose wire to make the wire circle the ring. Then I'm going to flip that tab up again and cross it one more time, and so I have 2.5 loops around the ring to secure it. And I'm going to keep that tab as a holding piece. So that's how we started our harmony ring, but because we're going to go on the inside, I'm going to flip this one more time so that my long piece of wire crosses over in front. Then I'm going to take, this is an Astral pink new color Swarovski crystal in 4mm, and I'm going to string it on my long piece of wire. And so it's inside the ring. Then I press over the top of the crystal to make a bend, swing it down. I'm stabilizing the crystal and the wire with my thumb. Then I'm going to go straight up again to make a sharp bend around the ring. So that's my first crystal inside. Notice it leans over at an angle at the edge of the ring. Now I'm going to add another crystal, and because the bicones are very precision, it's going to slide right down right next to the first crystal. And then repeat. I'm going to push down and push that wire through the ring. Give a nice bend at the top of the crystal. Bring it down. Give it a tug, and then bring it straight up again. Right next. Another stringing of crystal. Right next. So they're all going to be leaning to the right. Push through with my finger over the top of the crystal. Down behind it. A little tug down and bring it up again. So I've strung and wrapped 3 crystals on my loop. I'm going to continue on for a total of 12 crystals all the way around. And once I'm finished wrapping my crystals onto the loop, I'll show you how to finish the end. Okay, now I've gone all the way around with my wire wrapping. The very last bead, I'm adding exactly the same way as earlier. Pushing over the top. Bring the wire down and then back up. And there should be a little bit of a space between the last two beads. Before I do anything to finish, I'm going to double check that everything is evenly spaced. And I'm going to just rock my crystals a little bit gently. We don't want anything to crack, but rocking it back and forth hardens the wire a little bit, makes it stiffer and stabilizes it. Okay, so now all my crystals are evenly spaced. I'm going to bring my wire, the long loose end, back in one time and bring it around, and then one more time. So on both sides I have wrapped 2 times. So this short tab we started out with, I only need 2 wrappings to stabilize the whole thing. So I'm going to bring it forward a little. So I'm going to cut that little tab that we started with very close on the inner side of the wire loop. And then press it down against the loop. Check for scratches. If I need to, I'd cut it a little more, but it's okay. And then the other loop, the other wire, is coming from the back. So the same thing, I'm going to turn it around and cut close to the wire loop. Double check that it's smooth. Nothing to scratch. There's a little bit of a scratch, so I'm going to squeeze it up against the wire some more. Then there's no more scratch. So this is the front of our crystals, the way I added it to these earrings. I want to show you something, another way you can use this wrap ring is by turning it around. You'll see more of the wire, but that gives an interesting spacing effect if you want to use that side of the wrap loop. But I'm going to match this one, so I'm turning it around, using this as the front. My ear wire is open, so I'm just going to find where we finished, give a little space to add the ear wire, and then from the back of the ear wire I'm inserting it through a simple loop on my pearl. This is a 12mm pearl. Then I'm going to close up that loop nice and tight on the ear wire. And notice it hangs like that. But we're going to just press that pearl through. And you'll see the crystals sort of blossomed around the pearl. And there's our astral pink sun. And you can purchase all these materials. We have lots of different colors, different metals to work with. These are sterling silver. We also have gold tone and silver tone findings to work with too at BeaDazzle Hawaii. Thank you.